Good day, everyone. Today's reporting by the Group 1. What comes to your mind when we say history? History will be reported by Renaline Kapuya.
Good morning, everyone. I am Ranalyn M. Kapuyan, and today we will discuss and learn more about history. First, history is the study of life in society in the past, in all its aspects in relation to present developments and future hopes. It is the story of man in time, an inquiry into the past based on evidence. Indeed, evidence is the raw material of history, teaching, and learning. History is the systematic study and documentation of human past. It is an academic discipline which uses a narrative to describe, examine, question, and analyze past events, and investigate their patterns of cause and effect. Historians debate which narrative best explains an event, as well as the significance of different causes and effects. Historians debate the nature of history as an end itself, and its usefulness is giving perspective on the problems of the present. The period of events before the invention of writing system is considered prehistory. History is an umbrella term comprising past event as well as the memory, discovery, collection, organization, presentation, and interpretation of these events. Historians seek knowledge of the past using historical sources such as written documents, oral accounts, or traditional oral histories, art, and material artifacts. And ecological markers. History is incomplete and still has debatable mysteries. And lastly, according to Herodotus, the word history derives from his usage of historia to define his inquiries or research.
Today, I discuss about the relevance of history. Here are some reasons why history is important. The first reason is understanding today. It helps us see how past events influence current issues, politics, and cultures. The second reason is learning from mistakes. History teaches us important lessons about people and governments act. By looking at the past errors, we can avoid making the same ones and make better choices. The third reason is cultural identity. History helps people understand their cultural background and identity. It creates a sense of belonging and connects them to their traditions and roots. The fourth reason is critical thinking. Studying history helps us think critically. It teaches us to analyze information, consider different viewpoints, and build strong arguments. The fifth reason is inspiration. Learning about historical figures and movements can inspire us. Their stories of overcoming challenges and fighting for justice can motivate us to make positive changes in our own lives and communities. The sixth reason is social unity. Knowing shared history can bring people together and create a sense of belongings in a community or nation. The seventh reason is global understanding. Learning about global history helps us understand international relationships and the complexities of our connected world. 8. The second to the last reason. Keeping knowledge history help us remember human achievements, inventions, and cultural expressions, ensuring that important lessons are shared with future generations. The last one, the ninth reason, is guiding decisions. Policymakers use history to make informed choices. By looking at the result of past policies, they can better guide current laws and decisions. Overall, Or in short, history matters because it helps us understand the world, shape who we are, and teaches us lessons for the future. It enriches our lives and helps us deal with the complexities of being human.
So, today we're going to talk about primary sources. So, what comes to your mind when we say primary sources? Primary sources are the most direct kinds of evidence we can have about a time or event because it comes from the people or things that were actually there. In short, it is first-hand information kung ano gid ang exact nga natabo kag wala siya galain sa kung anong opinyon kag interpretasyon sa ibang nga tawo. For example, ang diaries. Kung ano ang natabo sa kabuhi sa isa ka tawo is amo gina siyang nakasulat. Sources are crucial because they give us the closest look at the history. They are original and have not been altered by later interpretations. By studying these sources, we can understand events and experiences in a more direct way. So remember that primary sources are like a window into the past, giving us clear and authentic insights.
So, hello everyone, my name is Jojimis Boloy. So, today I will discuss about secondary sources. Secondary sources, these are the documents, texts, and materials that analyze, interpret, or summarize information from primary sources. These are created by someone who did not experience the event firsthand but has studied and interpreted them based on primary sources or other evidence. The more recent, the more reliable one. I'll give you some example of secondary sources. One of the example of secondary sources is biographies. What is biographies? Biographies, these are the books or articles about a person's life written by someone who studied their life and works. So, second is encyclopedias. Encyclopedias, this refers to works and provides summarized and interpretation about historical events or figures. And lastly, literature reviews. This is summarized of research and scholarship on a specific historical topic.
Internal criticism looks at content of the course and examines the circumstances of its production. It also looks at the truthfulness and punctuality of the evidence by looking by the author's source, its context, the agenda behind its creation, the knowledge which informed it, and its intended purpose. The internal criticism can be asked the following question. Was it written by eyewitness or not? Why was it written? Is there consistency? What are the connotations? What is the literal meaning? And what is the meaning of the context? Entails that the historian acknowledge and analyze how such reports can be manipulated to be used as a war propaganda. Validates important historical sources for unverified, falsified, and untruthful historical source that can lead to equally false conclusion. Without this thorough criticism of historical evidences, historical deceptions and lies will all be probable.
Historical criticism is a process of authentication and verification of authorship, determining when, where, why, and by whom a document was written. It refers to the authenticity of the document, which required evidence or proof. For example, when the author wrote the document and who was the author.